Hi, this is Casey Newman. This is my video for my MIT Practicum ePortfolio. Just covering the highlights here. These are my professional and personal goals. We can see that within the next couple of years I would like to be in a lead teacher position, probably in the virtual setting once more. 5 years, an instructional supervisor, probably in a virtual setting, maybe a classroom, maybe not. It just really depends upon the opportunities that present themselves. And then in about 10 years, I'd like to be directing some sort of virtual education program, whether that be adult education, workplace education, or middle or high school. This coincides with my current position as a virtual teacher for Manhattan Virtual Academy, formerly IQ Academy, Kansas. So if we look at my resume, that reflects all of that. And then my technology philosophy. The summary form of this is just that technology is not going anywhere. We have to embrace it, and despite some of its negatives, we have to look toward the positives and see how we can use that in education and use it effectively. And then further, to allow our students to become successful in the future, we have to help them learn how to use it, not just watching YouTube videos, but using it to create and to think critically and to collaborate as well. So the next thing we'll look at, professional development in activity evidence. And again, this is very much aligned with my current position of being a virtual teacher, or a teacher in a virtual setting, either way. So providing in-depth feedback to students, very important in any setting, especially in the virtual world, as that's really one of the main ways that we can communicate with our students. Evaluating new learning management systems, and promoting virtual education as a substantial alternative to traditional education. And then I found multiple resources within these two PDFs, and many of them were very low cost or free. And then of course the ISTE standards listed down here. Then go to article summaries, and with the article summaries, this first one dealt with how course web design impacts student engagement. The larger technology issue that I'm focusing on is effective online instruction. And so this supports how to teach and how to learn effectively. That is to say, the technology and the interface that we're giving students to use is going to impact their achievement. And so the 4 categories used were listed right here. And whether or not a site or an LMS is user-friendly, or do the links work, all of that, technology that we kind of take for granted, the usability of these sites really does impact whether students are going to do well within the course and then within the school itself. The second article summary was based upon an opinion piece in the New York Times of one professor's experiences with online education. And this professor argues that we don't get the same connectedness. And while that's true to a point, I think that there are some solutions to connecting to students, even on a virtual level. Article 3 dealt with the top 5 problems in technology. So technology can certainly crash. We've all been victims of a computer crash. Technology can be a crutch. So as long as students can Google things, they think they know it, and that's not necessarily the truth. A couple of other things that we look at, the Facebook. A lot of great things online, but also a lot of distractions. And so how to navigate around those distractions in order to help students be successful. So again, ISTE standards listed throughout and references as well. If we go back up, we'll take a look at some presentations. So again, effective online instruction. This first presentation has to do with feedback and its importance. So the who, what, why, when, how of feedback. And ISTE standards and references. The Prezi will take a minute to load here. Again, effective online instruction, motivating online students. So at the middle and high school level, there's not always going to be students who are able to be self-motivated. I think very few of them have that in them already. So how to get them really engaged through communication, personal connections, and fun, engaging activities, choices, and then the ISTE standards listed and references once again. The third link will take us to this EMA's presentation, and this is not just directed toward teachers, but also administrators or coaches who have more of a say over what curriculum is offered. So this deals with quality over quantity, looking at course offerings, curriculum, teachers, and student issues. So while it's very tempting to offer this expansive course listing, sometimes less is more. Very small class sizes can create an inefficient pay scale for teachers. Teachers can get easily overextended. Just a couple of items summarized there. As far as curriculum, we should look and strive for excellence instead of simply just competence, not just good enough, but excellent. The ability to look at options both financially and qualitative as well. How teachers can be affected by some of these decisions. So providing proper training, the right amount of courses, again, quality over quantity. And students, we have to understand that while it may be very tempting to bolster enrollments, we need to be honest with ourselves and with students in acknowledging that online learning is not for everyone. Successful students are all of these things here, and not everybody at the middle and high school level has these traits or these skills. So really endeavoring for all students to be successful, not just students propping up your enrollment numbers. ISTE standards listed here, and then references. And we'll go back and take a look at videos of me providing training. And as I do teach virtually, these are all virtual tools that we use. This is a video for my peers, so teaching via Blackboard Collaborate. This is the synchronous live platform that we use once a week, so hour per course per week, meet live with our students. And so this just goes over some tools that allows teachers to get a better understanding of how to teach and use Blackboard Collaborate. The second video is over navigating our learning management system, which is GradPoint, and this is for students. So just some tips and tools on how to access the content, as well as the tests, etc. And then this last video is also for students, and this is over creating documents using Google Drive. This is the first year that we were not able to offer laptops to our students, And so we had to show them that there are all of these free resources out there. Even though they don't have Microsoft Office installed on their machines, they're still able to use very similar programs and submit their assignments using Google Drive. So, especially for younger students, very advantageous for them to understand. Extra resources, some YouTube videos on effective online teaching, a couple of those, and then highly effective teachers. You know, we're still teachers, even though we're in a virtual setting, and so a lot of the traits certainly translate from traditional to virtual. Online articles, the effects of technical difficulties, such a big and frustrating thing for many new students when they can't get the technology to work correctly. And then distance learning problems, promises, and possibilities. And then ensuring equitable use of education technology was the third article. And then these are the online PD examples, again with ISTE standards listed below. If we go to my reflection, this just kind of deals with the struggles and triumphs that I've had throughout this course. And I was very overwhelmed with the project at first, especially because Google Sites is not always my friend and isn't as user-friendly as some of the other sites that I've dealt with. But I learned a lot having to use it. And also, I was kind of annoyed at first with having to use the ISTE standards on pretty much everything. But then as I went along through the course, I understood why gaining that familiarity with them was so important. Not just the teacher standards, but the coaches standards, the admin standards. Not just putting myself in this teacher box, but understanding that to fully take on this role that I hope to take on of lead teacher or instructional supervisor, it was important to understand all aspects of the ISTE standards and to definitely familiarize myself with them. So thank you for watching. It's been a wonderful ride and I appreciate it. Thank you.